welcome to the Arctic Knitting Podcast, Episode 13. My name is Emilie, and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Emilie Bjørnå. And we also have a group on Ravelry called the Arctic Knitting Podcast, which you can find by searching in the group tabs on Ravelry. I will link all of those places in the down bar on YouTube. I also, just a couple of weeks ago, I started an Etsy shop, which is called Emilie's Arctic Yarns, where I sell my hand-dyed yarn and soon also some project bags, hopefully. Anyway, today you can hear my throat is a little bit funky. I've been sick and I'm still not feeling very well. I'm feeling better, but I'm not completely well. So I'm just going to start and record, and maybe I will have to do half the episode today and half tomorrow or something like that. So today I will talk to you about, I have some announcements, I have a question from the group to answer, I have 5 finished objects, a couple of works in progress, I have some acquisitions, and I will talk about Norwegian living, and in the end I will talk about what is in my Etsy shop at the moment. So I'm just going to start with the announcement. First of all, I've been wanting more and more lately to knit for Ludvig, which is my son. He is turning 1 year in middle of August, in a couple of weeks. And in 2 weeks from now he is starting kindergarten. And because we live in the North Norway, he will need some warm woolen clothes to wear for kindergarten. So I've been knitting for him, and I also found quite a lot of patterns that I want to make for the boy. So I was thinking, let's do a along of this. Let's make a baby along, or not a baby along. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but I'm thinking anything for babies or children, kids, anything that isn't adult-sized is going to be allowed in the along, and I will open a thread in Ravelry when I write my show notes and upload this episode and everything, so by the time you see it, the thread should be there. I was thinking I should run this until the end of August, so I hope that many people will join in on it, and you can enter either if it's garments or accessories or anything. You just can enter, and I'm hoping that people will come over to the group and the chatter thread to share what projects they are planning on working on, because I really like the inspiration for children's clothes at the time. And I have 2 projects that I'm going to show you. For Ludvig, one is a finished object and one is a work in progress, and I'm also thinking about knitting the Anders sweater by Søren Kjær. I'm sorry if I pronounced that name incorrectly. It's a really pretty sweater with buttons and the neckline like this, and it has like a winter landscape on it. So I was thinking I should do that in my own hand-dyed yarn with using the top part of the sweater for the heaven, and in dark blue, and then such a light blue that it's almost white, like snowy white blue, if you get what I mean. Snowy white blue, just a white with a little tint of blue, and so I was thinking that would be perfect for that sweater. I seen that Lara of the Diaries Notebook podcast has been knitting at least 2 of those, and they are so gorgeous that I just really needs one of those. It really does. So that is my next baby project to cast on. Also I was thinking, so that's it, that's the along part, and also I was thinking it's time to host a giveaway. I think it's time to celebrate that I finally opened an Etsy store. I've been selling other things in Norway for quite a while, and when I started dyeing yarn, I really just knew that this was something I was going to try to sell, because I can only knit so much myself. So I was thinking, to celebrate that, I will give away 1 skein of my own hand-dyed yarn. What you have to do to be eligible for this prize is to go over to the travel group. I will open a thread and it will be a link, and I will ask you to head on over to my shop, check out the stock, and you can also check out sold items, and tell me what is your favorite scale. Which of my colors do you think are the prettiest, or do you want, and on which base? For now I have 2 bases. It's one merino nylon 75-25, and it's one 75 merino, 20 nylon, and 5 stellina. It's a sparkle scale. So just let me know what color and what base, and you can win that. Exactly what you want. You'll get to choose your own prize. So that's it for the announcement this week. Now I feel like I'm rushing through it, but I have so much to talk about, and I don't want to make a 2-hour-long episode, so sorry about that if it feels like I'm rushing. So I had a question in the group, because in the group on Ravelry there is a questions and answers thread. So the question is from Bubby's mom 77, and she writes, I am interested in how you manage lack of natural light during the low winter months. I've always lived in California, where you get plenty of sunshine even through the winter, but I still find myself getting kind of gloomy during winter. I can't imagine going days without having daylight. Do you use artificial day lamp? And then Ruata, sorry if I mispronounced that, has replied to this one, has written, I am interested in this too, as I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. A friend spent a few years in Finland, and she told me that they use white lights a lot there. So I know some people struggle with this, especially foreigners that moves here gets in trouble with this. But for me, it's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. It's just the way it is. To be honest, I kind of get problems when I go to other parts of the world where there is actually light in the day and dark in the night. And if you don't know, I'm just going to say this first. If you don't know, I live quite far north in the Arctic, and right now it's in the middle of July. We have midnight sun. I'm looking out the window. I have a window right behind her, and it's 10:30 at night, and it's sunshine. Or not sunshine, it's kind of cloudy, but I can see that the sun is shining on the mountains because the sun is on the other side of the house. So that is what my summer months are like. There is sun all the time. I get sunshine in my bedroom window at 5 in the morning. Where we live, because there's lots of mountains in Norway. So even though you have midnight sun, it's not everywhere you can see the sun all the time. But where we live, the sun gets up about 4:30 to 5 in the morning, and it moves around our house, so we have it on our veranda at about 6, and then we have sun at the veranda all day until it disappears around the other corner at about 10 in the night, and it stays up until it stays up, but it disappears behind a mountain in about 2:30 at night, and it comes back at 5:30. So we have about 3 hours where the sun is behind a mountain in night, but it's not like it doesn't get dark at all. In the winter, that's another story. In the winter, the sun is never up. I think it's for about 1 month the sun is never above the horizon, which means that we literally have night all day long. It gets dark in, I'm not sure about the dates, I probably should know this, but sometime in November, December it gets dark, and it stays dark until the end of January. It's not a problem. I don't use any artificial lights. I know some people does, but it's quite a new phenomenon in Norway with the artificial lights. At least I've never heard of anyone using it until I started university. So it's just, I'm not really sure how to answer the question, because we don't do anything special. It's just the way we live. We're used to it. I feel better in the summer than I do in the winter, but it's not like I get depressions or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. And also we have the snow. The worst part is in the winter, if you have the dark, you never have the daylight, and you don't have the snow, because the snow lightens up quite a bit. So yeah, I don't find it hard at all. Of course we complain about the dark part of the year, but for me personally it's not a problem. I know that some people struggles with lack of daylight, but I kind of like it. I like, we have a wooden fireplace, of course, like everyone that's here. And I liked having a fire, light the fireplace and just relax in my living room with knitting and some hot chocolate or Pepsi Max and licorice, and just stay inside. And yeah, I really like that time of year. I really enjoy I enjoy all the times of the year, because either it's like you can go out, have a nice time in the sun, spend time outdoors, go in the mountains. I don't do that in winter because I hate walking in snow. Stay in the mountains, go fishing, go hunting for Pokemons, whatever. I haven't done that very much, but I have tried. But you can do all those sort of things if it's in the summertime and in the spring if it's light and the weather is great. And if it's not great, then I could just stay in and knit, and that's perfectly fine with me. So I hope I kind of answered that question, and if you have any more questions either regarding daylights or any other part of Norwegian living or knitting or anything, you just head on over to the group and post it there, and I will try to answer it in my next episode. I'm sorry this answer was kind of boo. Yeah, so I'm just going to move on to finished objects. I have quite a few. I'm just going to grab them. So I will start with these socks. This I promised you last time that you were getting to see. These are socks for my boyfriend, knitted in my own hand-dyed yarn in the Creeper colorway, which is a Minecraft inspired yarn. It's much more, not much more, it's a little bit darker than you can see in the screen, or at least I can do, because of the window and the sun. So anyway, these are the Creeper socks. I have casted on, I think, 72 stitches, 2.5 millimeter needles, and I have a mid-length cuff, not very long but not very short either, Bishop's heel, 2 of them, and a star toe, I think it's called. And these are quite big. This is like the European size 46, which is big. I don't know the US size, I'm sorry. So these are the first finished object. I really like knitting with this yarn, and I can't wait to give this to my boyfriend. He's been waiting for them. I just needed to show them off here first. So the second pair is, I'm just going to show you this, even though it's, yeah, they are finished. I just need to weave in the ends. This is also my hand-dyed yarn in a colorway that I have only dyed one skein of, and I was so tempted that I casted it on myself. I'm definitely dyeing up more of this. I really like this. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it though. So these are designed by Mina Philip, because last time I podcast I said that I really needed to find some basic socks that are, well, Mina expresses it pretty well, beyond the vanilla sock. I didn't like knitting the blueberry waffle. I found it just felt like it took forever. So I said that I might have to try to come up with something myself, or I would buy Mina's collection. And guess what Mina did? She gifted it to me. So thank you, Mina. Thank you so much. I am so in love with these patterns. So these, I don't remember which one these are, but it was a really fun knit. It's like, you know when you knit stripes and you knit one and you think just one more, just one more. This is the kind of, I had kind of the same feeling with this. I just had to knit one more repeat and one more repeat and one more repeat, and they were done. I have done a fish lip ski seal and just my regular toe like my grandma taught me, and these are knitted on 2mm needles and they are 64 stitches, and these are from myself, so these are going into my box of socks. They are still not done blocking, so they are a little bit damp, so I'm not going to use this blocker for the other socks. I hope that's okay. So that's 2 pair of socks, and here is the 3rd pair, which is also my hand-dyed yarn. I'm knitting with my own yarn lately. This is a Tweed effect yarn. This is a base that I don't carry in the shop. I just got one skein of this for trying it out, and I really enjoyed working with it. But I'm not completely sure that I'm going to add this in my shop for now, because I'm thinking that I will add one more base, but I'm not sure what it is. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But I think this is the one called the Pebble Socks, which also was the same as the other. It's a really fun knit. These are 56 stitches, 2.5mm needles, and I really enjoyed the colorway I dyed on this. Unfortunately, what I did was, because this was my last time I dyed, and I had some dye stock left, just like a little bit in each glass, because I mixed my dye stock in like this kind of glass. So I had just a tiny bit blue and a tiny bit red and a tiny bit of everything, it felt like. So what I did was I just put the skein, I threw it on the floor. I put the skein in the pot and I just threw in, and I waited a little bit and I threw in some more, and then I'm not sure what I did. I was just throwing in stuff and it turned out really good. I just have to pick it up. So you can see it has kind of blues and greens and reds, and I wish I had written down what I did with this, but I didn't. So these are one of a kind. And these are also for myself, so they are also going into my box of socks. Which, by the way, if you don't know, it's a year-long sock knit along by Kristin of Wool and Vine Yarn Lesson podcast, which I really love. I have been so behind on podcast lately that what I've done is I've been binge watching them. Basically, I had like in my watch later, I had like 150 podcasts, so I just went through it and I saw that, okay, I have 16 episodes of one podcast. I'm just going to delete most of them and watch the 2 latest, because I will never catch up. But Yarngasm is one of the podcasts that I didn't do that with. I just watched Yarngasm for a whole day, and it was wonderful. So anyway, box of sock haul. You have to knit more than 12 socks, pairs of socks in the year, and you put them in a box, and in the end of the year there will be prizes and fireworks, and yeah, well, it will be fun. I have 15 pairs in my box. 1 minute. I just have a temporary box because I haven't found one yet, but this is my box of socks. So I think there is There is 15 in this, and I have 3 more for myself lying here, so it will be 18. Because this box of socks thing is only socks for myself. I'm not putting in my boyfriend's socks and socks that I'm gifting and stuff like that. So that's it. No, that's not it for sock knitting. I have one more. This is not my hand-dyed yarn. This is yarn by Maskepiken. Yeah, I don't have the tag. I have no idea where it went. It's Maskepiken. I think the base is called Kjell, which is a Norwegian boy's name, and the colorway is called Boogeyman. The pattern is my own. I just knitted a simple base stitch. The yarn wasn't perfect. The yarn was a little bit too dark for that, but they turned out okay. This is a eye partridge heel and a normal toe. I have no idea what this toe is called. And I think they are 50 56 or maybe 60. They are 60 stitches. They are. I'm not going to release this pattern just because I'm not completely satisfied with the way they turned out, and I don't want to knit one more of the same just to fix it. But they are okay, and they will also be going in my box of socks. So that's it for sock knitting. I have one more finished object, and I'm just going to button it up because it has buttons. I should have done this before. So anyway, this is knit in this yarn, which is Planette Baby Wool. It's Sandnesgarn is the company. It's a Norwegian commercial yarn which you can buy in about every yarn store in Norway. It's a good yarn to knit with. I use this light blue color, and I have been knitting this baby romper. Let's see. For my little boy, for when he's starting kindergarten. So what I was thinking is that he will wear some white leggings and a white body underneath it, and I will find him some matching shoes, and he will look so cute. So it's a pretty simple knit. It is this lace in the front and a simple rib right under the arms to keep it up, and those little, and I really love these buttons. I really hate that focus thing on the iPad. I want a camera. I will buy myself a camera when I win the lottery or get my paycheck for the summer. I have been working quite a lot. So this is it. This was a fun knit. I started it while we was in Bulgaria, and then I had a break. And I was really not looking forward to, because after you knit this whole part up, knit it, and then you get up here and you divide for front and back, and I knitted the front first, and then I did the back with I don't know what these are called, but with these. And then you go back here and you knit around both this part, and in the end you knit the ribbing on both these button bands things. So it was quite a bit of picking up stitches, which I'm not really a fan of, but it went okay. It turned out great, and I can't wait for him to wear this. I'm going on Monday to buy something that he can have underneath, and I will post photos of him on Instagram. Can you see that I get all, when I talk about my baby? He's so cute. And finally get some knitwear. And also, when I finished that one, I thought that I should make, now I'm over to works in progress, I should make him some more kindergarten clothes. So I am having some troubles here. There. I have started in this yarn, which is Klumpe. I have talked about that book before. I don't have the book here, unfortunately. But this is thin merino wool. Eller tynn merino wool på norsk. On Norwegian. In Norwegian. No, I'm just messing it up. So this is basically, it's 50 gram, 175 meter, and it's for 3mm needles. It's a commercial yarn. And I have this color and this color. And basically what I'm going to do is that I'm going to knit pants and mittens and a hat out of this. And this one will be a matching cardigan, or in the same pattern, which is this. I can hear some noises. So this is the pant. It's all scrunched up. It will be better after blocking. This is size 1 year. And I'm just marking the decreases here. And I'm using the Knit Pro Sing needles, which I really love. This is my first pants ever, and they were quite a fun knit. I decided to do a twisted rib instead of a normal rib, just because it looks so much neater. I regretted that, because it took forever, but now I just have to do it on the rest. So this is the pants for my little boy, and hopefully this will be finished by next time, and I will have casted on some of the other parts of this set. I'm not sure which needles these are. I think it's 3.5. It says here it's 3mm needles. It's actually the needles it says it is. I really enjoy these needles, and I'm using this for all I can now. I know I said last time that I found that the tip was a little bit too blunt, but well, yeah, now I like it. I also said that I just had to get used to it, and it will probably feel better, and it does. So it's just that I'm a creature of habit. So I know I have some more work in progress. I'm just not sure where it is. This is it. This is also my hand-dyed yarn in the colorway bubblegum. You can see why this is bubblegum. There it is. So this is the front. I am making a sideways triangular shawl. This one I don't have a pattern for. This is my own design, because I just got an idea which at least I think is incredibly good. So I decided that I was just going to cast it on, because I have this shawl in my head and I have been thinking about it like forever. So I finally decided that I'm just going to cast it on and try. So it will be a little bit of garter stitch and a little bit of lace, and I won't tell you everything now. I have a stitch marker just to mark which side is the front. I thought I heard an alarm, but I didn't. And I have a stitch marker from Mina of the Knitting Expat, which is a little sheep, and it's so cute. So this is the shawl I have just started. This will be a gift, I know for who, and I think she will love it, and I hope it will turn out good. I have also planned, because I think this will be, I think I will write up this pattern and I will make it for the pictures, and also because I want to try it out, I want to make it in 2 colors. So the first one will be just this, and the other shawl that I will cast on after will be these 2 colors combined. And this is the, what is this? Blue Moon something. Blue Moon Fiber Socks That Rock. Oops. Yeah. So these 2, and this is Cascade Heritage. Yes, these 2 will, I think they will go well together, and this will be my next design shawl, which is yet to be named. So, yes, this is 4mm needles, and I'm using the square ones, cubics, for this, which I also really like. I think I just like all needles. I have never had a needle that I didn't like if I've used it several times. But then again, I've never had needles from, like, I was about to say chain stores. In Norway you can get knitting needles in grocery stores, and I never tried those. I don't think I will either. So anyway, you can hear my throat is swelling up. So I'm going to take a little break, and I'll be back in a minute with acquisitions. So for acquisitions, I have quite a bit. I have been shopping a bit, and I've gotten some mail. So first of all, I'm going to show you a gift that I got from Iceland, because the woman that runs my local yarn store, Beate, she's an amazing woman, and I didn't really know her until she started the store, but after she did, of course I got to know her. I'm there all the time, and we've become really good friends, and she has been to Iceland for a trip. So she has bought me this einband, which is an Icelandic lock yarn. This is a really, can you hear it? I'm not sure if you can actually hear it. It's crunchy. It is 50 grams, which is 250 meters, and it's really, really rustic. And because she knows me, she picked out these 3 colors that looks amazing together, and this is so me. I'm not sure what I'm going to knit with this, because I've never tried this yarn before, so if you have any, can tell me anything about how it behaves after washing up. If will it be softer? I hope it will be a little bit softer, but will it be like next to skin softer? Inga Rose, let me know. I know you have tried this. Because I'm thinking this would be a pretty shawl, but if it gets really itchy, I'm not sure that's the right project. But if you have any ideas, let me know. Inga Rose. That's Inga Rose of the Icelandic knitting podcast. I have no idea, I don't remember the knitting diaries it's called. I'm just not good with remembering the name of the podcast because I just watch them. I don't really notice the names. But Inga Rose has a podcast. She's from Iceland, but she podcasts in English, and she shows quite a bit of interesting project. And I feel like we have quite a bit in common, like knitting wise, because we both do a lot of standard knitting, and the Icelandic and the Norwegian knitting tradition they are not very far apart. There is of course some differences, but it's not too much. And I feel like me and Inga is doing the same. I'm not sure if I should say Inga or Inga Rose. I'm sorry if I don't mean to offend you. Anyway, I feel like we have kind of the same knitting background or experience. Now I'm not sure how to say it. I just feel like we connect on some level, as weird as it sounds. So yes, those are pretty. That's the point of what this whole thing is. Those are pretty, and Inga has to tell me what I'm going to do with those. I have also gotten, because as most of you probably know, Melissa of the Spicy Homemaker, she arranged another podcaster swap, and of course I had to join because it's a swap. I don't feel like I have to explain it. And my swap partner was Maureen from the Victorian Studio podcast. I have just quickly I just quickly glanced at their podcast, but it seems pretty good. So it was a new podcast for me, and because of the times I've had with so much to do and so much behind a podcast, I haven't had time to really sit down and check it out. But now I'm about to catch up on podcast, and this will be the Victorian Studio podcast will be the next podcast that I check out because it looks really good. So she sent me this card, which I'm guessing is handmade. It's really pretty. I got a button, which is on the inside, so I won't show it, but I got a Victorian Studio podcast button. And she sent me this card with the original Winnie Pooh, and there is the button. It's so annoying with the focus thing on this. So she sent me a beautiful handwritten card. She sent me some explosion chocolate, some Read My Lips, which sachet. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, black tea, chocolate thing, and herbal infusion. I can't wait to. Of course, it doesn't smell on the outside. I just have to try. But I can't wait to try this. Yeah, I think that one will be pretty good. I'm not sure about the other ones because I'm not a big tea drinker. But I always enjoy, even though I don't drink much tea, I always enjoy getting tea, and I always enjoy trying nuties. So that's it. So she sent me these. And she sent me this lovely little mini skein. It has a glittery color on it, which is hard to see because of the sun in the middle of the night. This is Blues in the Night. It's Misty Alpaca. It is 50% alpaca, 30 merino, 10 silk and 10 nylon, and it's 40 yards. And this one is a beautiful green, and I can't wait to knit this one up. And this is just because my pretty face turned your head. Which is 75% superwash, 75 wool and 25 nylon. I've just written on it what she knitted with this, so I'm definitely going on to her Ravelry project page to see. Because I think this will knit up beautifully, and I think I might need a whole skein of this for socks. I don't know, I really like the green and the grays together, and of course they are not turning up all on the camera because I really like this, that's my point. And she also sent me an ornament, which is a little sheep. This is so cute. I'm not sure where to put this because I don't want to put it in a Christmas tree because they are only out for Christmas. I think I will put it up somewhere in this room. Just don't know where. I have on the side of my shelf there, you can see I have some cards. That is where I put all the cards from the swaps I get because I really enjoy having them there. And every now and then when I have people visiting me in my craft room, or I'm just, yeah, sometimes I just stop to read them and people come in here to see and they ask me about the cards, and I get to tell a little bit about all the swapping we do, and sending each other gifts and swapping mini skeins and show them a blanket. And it's so much fun to just tell people about this amazing community that I feel like I'm a part of. It's so good. But anyway, this sheep is going to come up somewhere in my craft room where it can live with me all year, not just in the Christmas times. I got another gift, and this is from Janita, which is She Spins on Ravelry, and she has a podcast. And I'm just going to do that. And she sent me she asked me if she could have my address when she won I think it was a prize or a giveaway. And she asked me if she could have my address to send me a little something. And this is what I got, this huge box of happiness. And in here, I was so amazed because I knew she was a spinner, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't expecting any handspun yarn, but I was hoping that maybe there would be some there, because I have never tried any handspun before. And she sent me this, which is so pretty. This is alpaca. It's kind of hard to read. Alpaca 2-ply, 242 yards. And she also sent me this, which is browns and grays. This is a little bit more, it feels lanolin, and it feels a little bit more like the traditional Norwegian yarns. This is alpaca, Romney and churro wool, which I have to admit is over my head. I don't know what it is. This is 3-ply and 229 yards. And she also sent me this lovely goodie. Okay, this is not the color it shows up at all. This is much it's a beigey brownie. It's like cola candy meets chocolate. I don't know how to explain it. It is a really nice, subtle beigey browny color, and it is alpaca. It's a fingering weight and it's a 3-ply. She sent me 3 skeins of classic shades. So a little bit messy. This is so my colors. I think I said that about everything because I said the same thing about this. Yeah, it might not be that far away. But it has purples and greens and reds and yellows. I love yellows and some blues. Basically, it's every color. And yeah, well, I like every color. She also sent me this, which I am not sure what is. It says on the card that it's a really pretty brown color. And this, which has speckles of every color in it. You can see some oranges and blue, and there's a little bit of pink. And this is WSF Knitter's Choice Alpaca Wool and Blended Fibers Windswept Farm Fiber Mill. And it is DK 3-ply, 250 yards. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with this, especially the handspun. I have issues deciding on what to do with the handspun because it is so precious. I need to make something special with it. There's one more. This is her card. She spins Janita McCants. I can't read backwards on the screen. And shespins.com is the web address. I think she sells some of her handspun. This is so pretty. It's not completely even. It has some uneven parts, which I really like. I think it gives it a lovely texture and I don't know, it feels good. This is 217.25 yards of pumpkin latte 2-ply in DK weight. So I think this would be a hat. I hope it's enough for a hat. I have to browse Ravelry for patterns, but I think this would be a hat for myself, of course. There is a bag. This is Jacob's wool 2-ply handspun. And there is 2 skeins of this. It doesn't look good on the screen. It's a little bit messy, the skein, but it's so pretty. It has grays and brownish blacks. I'm not sure how to say it. It's black and it's grey and it's brown and it's all black and it's a little bit of white and it's gorgeous. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with this, and I'm not sure about how much it is either. Maybe it says in the cards. But this is so, I'm just going to put this back in the box. I'm just so amazed by that gift. I was thinking that there would come some mini skeins and maybe a skein of yarn, and I got all of that stuff, and it's, thank you so much, Janita. I can't wait to try knitting with handspun. I just really need to find the perfect pattern for that beautiful yarn. So I'm just going to move along to the acquisitions I have bought myself. This is not an acquisition, it's just in the same box. So I have bought this. This is gorgeous. It's this sock yarn. It's Flying Saucer Shopalula. And it is just gorgeous. I think this is how it will knit up. I think I will have to scan this because this will become a hot mess when I unravel it. But this is so gorgeous. I bought all of this. This is many weeks ago, and I bought them before I started hand dyeing yarn. Because my stash is just keeps on growing, and now it seems like I'm only knitting my own yarn. So yeah, I will try to knit from stash. I bought this Regia Perfect. I have tried this before, but not with the stripes on the leg, so I can't wait to try this one. Because the last one turned out perfect. It was, yeah, just matching, but I wasn't happy with the colors as they turned out. But I think this will be perfect. You can see some of the colors in there. Pinks and purple, and this blue is my kind of blue. I have a Monster Uruguay. This is Marina, which is 800 meters of superwash wool and 100 grams. This is also so gorgeous. I have 2 skeins of opal in 2 colors. This is so hard to find the name of that I'm not going to try. It's a green and purple, and yeah. And I have 3 skeins of Novita, which is a Finnish brand. This is DK weight sock yarn, which is perfect for the Norwegian winter. And it's 7 Brothers Raita. This is a self-strapping. They are all Raita, so they are all self-strapping, and it's 150 grams, so it's more than enough to a pair of thick socks. This one I think will be so pretty. And also this one. Well, all of them. This one as well. Because I bought them, so I really like them. Of course. Yeah. So that's it for acquisitions. And now I will just put this away, and I will move it in my yarn stash after I'm done recording, because I keep, when I buy stuff or get stuff, I keep them in this box on my desk until the next time I podcast, before I put it in my shelves. So I just turned around a little bit and just turned 45 degrees to the right, hoping that the lighting will be better. It doesn't seem like it is, but yeah, you just have to deal with it. This is what you get. So anyway, I have promised you last time that I will talk a little bit about my bunad, which is the Norwegian folk dress thingy. I will put in pictures so you will see what it is. My bunad is called Blå Nordlandsbunad, blå being blue, and Nordland being the county I'm in. My bunad is made by my beautiful and my grandmother, who I have talked about before. She unfortunately is not with us anymore, but she was the most beautiful person in the whole wide world, and she made the bunad not just for me but for all the girls in the family. My mom has 2 sisters, they are 3, and I have 3 cousins, so we have 4, so we are 7 girls plus my grandmother. We were 8 girls in the family, and all of us has a handmade bunad by my grandma. The bunad is based, it's not a traditional dress, it's based on the traditional dresses, so it's kind of reconstruction, and all of the embroidery is handmade by my grandma. Nowadays it's possible to buy bunads that are made in China, and I know some people do, and it's cheaper because the bunad is about my bunad is about 20 to 25,000 Norwegian kroner, and I'm going to put the USD down here so you can see it's quite an expensive dress, and it's something I got for my confirmation when I was 14 as a gift from my grandma, and it is something that most girls get as gift once in their life, and they will have the same bunad in for the rest of their life, because it is constructed that way. It's all the bunads is the same size, and you can when they sew in the ends like here, you'd never cut the fabric of a bunad. I'm not sure how it actually works, I've never done it, but you put it on the inside somehow. And when I get older and fatter, they will just like, yeah, make it bigger without having to add extra fabric. It's the same on the shoulders, and in the skirt I know they have, because there are some wrinkles in the back, gatherings in the back, and they will just take out some of them to make the skirt a little bit bigger. The funny thing about the bunad is that I'm going to do something weird. It is only supposed to reach to about here. It is supposed to be quite a few centimeters where the stockings show, and the stocking is sometimes hand-knit. I don't have hand-knit socks, but I use white socks, and they are supposed to show. Most people wear the bunad, not most, but many people have the bunad a little bit longer, because that's what we are used to in today's society. But I think that the reason it's that way is because it was supposed to be a practical suit sometimes, long time ago, and you was supposed to be able to walk in it without dragging it along on the ground. Yeah, so anyway, mine is the correct length, as my grandmother is a sewist, or was a sewist. I think she must have made hundreds of bunads, and she didn't just sew them together, she also did all the embroidery. I'm going to show you the photos. This embroidery at the bottom of the skirt, there are embroideries at the front, and there are embroideries in the back. I really like the one in the back. Unfortunately, it will be, most of the time it's hidden by the shawl. I tend to not wear the shawl because I find it just fiddly and in the way, and it's just an aesthetic thing. It's supposed to be there, I know. I'm just not a fan. So basically I just leave it in the car most of the time. The bunad is made from thick wool. I wish I had it here to show you. It is in my bedroom where my baby's asleep, so I can't, because I really want to put it in front of the camera and show you. It is in thick wool, so it's really warm, and the one time a year we use it, every year, is the 17th of May. And up north it's quite good that it's woolly, because it tends to be cold. Not every year, but normally it's like 5 degrees Celsius on 17th of May, and sometimes it even snows. But in the southern part of the country, where they have more sun and it's warmer, it can be quite warm to wear it. Also, there are special shoes. I got my shoes from my mother. I think they are her old ones, because they are not very expensive, but they are quite expensive and you don't use it that much. So I just got her shoes, which I really love, because I haven't found the exact same shoes, because mine you have the silver thing on it, and most shoes it's square, but on mine they are round, and I really, really love them. There is also silver. I have silver earrings, or not earrings, it's the air dangle thingies. And there's a little silver thing, or a big silver thing. I never remember. I think the big one is on top. The big one is on top, and I have the big one. I think was bought for me. I'm not completely sure, but I think it was bought for me. There is also it's called a sølje. I'm not sure what it's called in English. There's also a little one, and the top is on the blouse underneath, and there's a little one on the bunad itself. And my little one isn't made for my bunad, because there is different silver for the different types of bunad. But mine is from not the grandmother that made this dress, but from my other grandmother that she had when she was a little girl. So I'm using that, even though it's not completely correct. I don't really care. I love it. There is like these needle things with a chain between for holding the shawl in place. And there is cufflinks, and all of the silver has the same motifs. And I'm hoping to insert photos of that as well. I think I have, yeah, there is a hat. I don't have the hat. You are supposed to use the hat if you are not married, or if you are married, or if you are not married. I don't remember. It's one of those. You could, but, or you should wear the hat sometimes. I don't remember. But no one really does, because I don't really know why. It looks kind of funky. That's not why I don't use it. I just don't use it because I don't have it. If I ever get that, I will probably use it because it's kind of cool. It's kind of funky cool. I'm not sure how to explain it. Yeah, it's a funky embroidered hat with white lace thing around. It goes like this, and it has ear flaps, and it goes up. You know, it's, yeah. I can't even begin to describe it. It's an amazing header. And anyway, I think that's all about the bunad. Yeah, also the shirt is embroidered in the neck and around the. I will put in photos, and if you have any question, or I am unclear about anything, or want to know more about the history of bunads, or want to hear me talk a little bit about other bunads, and if you have Norwegian roots, because I know many people have, if you have Norwegian roots and know where in Norway they are, you could pop me questions and I could find out which bunad is the local one to where you have your roots, or something like that. So if you have anything, comments, questions, anything, just let me know, and I would really appreciate that. So I'm just going to show you quickly what's in my shop. I have made this. It's my logo that I've used in Norwegian. It's an ENB for Emilie Bjørnå. This is the Blue Ara colorway. It's inspired by the Blue Ara parrot. There's one skein of this in the shop. I have 2 skeins of this, which are the concrete color. This is on the sparkly base. I also have 2 skeins of the same color on my normal sock base. And if this doesn't get sold, I'm going to make a shawl of them, because I really like this color. I have Viola on the sparkle base, which is really hard to show. It's a nice deep purple with some lights and some dark purples, and this is on the sparkle sock base. That's it, perfect. I have this one, which is called bottle green. It is green with a little bit of like blue hints. The coloring here, the lighting isn't perfect, but it's a green one. I have this green, which is called emerald. I have this one of a kind orange, which isn't as red as it turned out. It is more orange. And I also have this orange, which is almost the same, but just a little bit less pink in this one. And this is Monarch. This one is the first one I tried, and it didn't turn out how I was imagining it in my brain. That's why it is one of a kind. But there really aren't much difference between those. So that one of the kind is just a trial part for the Monarch colorway. I have Cheshire Cat, Alice in Wonderland inspired, purples and pinks. I have this one, which I have called Sunset Fog, which are orangey, a pinkish orangey color with something that is quite close to the concrete color. I have this one, this beauty. It's 2 of those, called Cotton Candy. And I also have 2 of those in the sparkle base. I have 1 lilac, which is beautiful purples and greens. I have 3 of the creeper color, which are the color that I made these socks from. There is 1 of bonfire, purple, red, orange, yellow tones, and a little bit of black for the wood. I have, oh, I undressed it. I have seagrass, blue for the ocean and green for the grass. And the last one is called Anemone hepatica, which is a flower. And I really like this one. So that is what is available in my shop, and you can head on over there to check it out if you want. I'm not going to now, I'm going to. So anyways, I have ordered myself a folio, which is a portable studio for taking photos of the yarn, because I find it really hard and the lighting here is so unpredictable. So I have ordered a portable studio to take better photos, and I hope it will work, because I see that I'm having a little bit of trouble getting the background white and getting the yarn to, like, the colors are quite accurate, but I'm having troubles with focus in the photos. So I have bought myself a photo studio, and I hope it arrives next week so that I can put in take my photos to Photoshop again. So these are the colors you can choose from in the giveaway in my group. So if you want one of these skeins, just pop on over. There is also a couple more skeins which has been sold, but you could choose one of those as well, and I will dye up one of those skeins. So head on over to the group, let me know what color you would like to win, and join in on the baby along. I probably will make some sort of special prize for that one as well. So head on over to the group and see what is going on, and I will talk to you again hopefully in a week or 2, not too long. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for reaching out for me and everything. Hell yeah, bye.